Welcome to the 9 News Prep Rally.
Happy Sunday morning. I'm Ashley Moore, and welcome in to the Prep Rally. No state championship games this Sunday as we take a quick intermission, but stick around until the end as we honor a Colorado legend. But first, it's a rematch of the 2A state championship decided by a very controversial no-fumble call. The Wellington Eagles taking on the Classical Academy Titans. Winner punches their ticket to state.
Today is your day. Today you're destined for this day. You're destined for greatness, and I'm excited about what we got right here.
Bad blood between these two, but it's a new year to rewrite history. And in the first quarter, QB Tanner Gray with Wellington hits a wall and bounces out right and in for a rushing touchdown, 6-0 Eagles. But in the second quarter, TCA's Jackson Schiffer gets the handoff and makes it look easy for the Titans' lone touchdown, 14-7. But here come the Eagles. Gray airing it out this time to Brayton Maglin. The sophomore makes the double grab, and you can kiss any chances of a tackle goodbye as Wellington sends the Titans packing, 29-7. In 3A, the Pomona Panthers hosting the Lutheran Lions, and already up a touchdown, Panthers headed off to, you know his name, Luis Santana gets out left and baby takes off 63 yards to the Izzy. 2-possession lead. But here comes Lou High, ball on the 15. Lions trail by 3 when QB Eli Averson finds Tav Burt in space. But can Burt turn on the burners? Yes, sir. It's a foot race. But Burt outlasts his defender for an 85-yard touchdown and the first lead of the game, 2017. But the Panthers had an answer every time. Ingersoll finds Sebastian Reyes in the end zone, 30-20 lead. Pomona moves on, 20-7. Up in 5A was Arvada West taking on the undefeated Mountain Vista Eagles. And on the first play of the scrimmage is headed off to Hudson Majeski. And good Lord, he finds a gaping hole. And watch out, cuts inside, but shout out to A West's Justin Trustall for the touchdown-saving tackle. It would only delay it, though. Majeski on the ground to make it 6-0 Golden Eagles. Well, Wildcats respond, though. Logan Duachek sees something he likes, and I see why. Keegan Balistreri wide open to take the 6-7 lead. But the first half was all about Majeski. Marquise Reese back to pass, and Hudson Majeski is there again. He scored to open the second quarter as Vista moves on to face Ralston Valley, 36-21. And then there was Fairview, who's known to upset a top team, but can they do it against the Cherry Creek Bruins? We'll see. First quarter, Fairview QB Key Ellison buys time and finds Sabai Rutgers for the touchdown. Knights 7-0, but Creek would tie it up at 7-all. And after that, QB Brady Vodka sends it to Maxwell Lovett all alone, and he'll take this one for 76 yards, 14-7. 27 Creek lead when Ellison does it again, but this time, look at the air on that ball, finding Torrey Davis making the diving catch. 7-point game after the next score. But it's Creek game. What's a Creek highlight without a Jaden Fox highlight? 64-yard spinning touchdown run as the Bruins win, 49-28. And then at Echo Park, it was Valor taking on Legend, and in the second half, Valor QB Titus Hewitt fakes the handoff and just jogs into the end zone on the naked bootleg. Eagles up 7. But then Legend QB DJ Bordeaux showing off the other half of his dual threat play and just sprints into the end zone from 50 yards out to tie the game. But in the fourth, Eagles answer back with a goal line run by Channing Fox. Valor regains the lead. And with 5 seconds to go in regulation, Bordeaux does it again, taking off, and will he get in? Outright, diving for the pylon, Legend within 1 point. They're going for 2. This time, Bordeaux looking for the pass, but it is denied as Valor moves on to take on Cherry Creek, 31-30. Well, this morning, the Valor Christian community is mourning a massive loss, not just of a coach, but a pioneer in women's sports. Head volleyball coach Janie McHugh began this season with a 4th straight title in sight, but cancer forced her to step away. Still, her team rallied behind her, delivering a legacy-defining championship just hours before she passed. She wasn't on the bench this year, but everything Valor Christian did had head coach Janie McHugh's fingerprints on it.
She would tell you something and you're like, yeah, she knows what she's talking about. She has experienced this. She was in the Olympics. Like, holy crap. Like, we are literally coached by one of the greatest players ever.
And on the 50th anniversary of state volleyball in Colorado, her team made history. Their 4th straight 5A title. a milestone season for girls' sports in this state, written by a woman who helped build them.
She was one of the best female athletes to come out of Colorado, and then she came back to blaze a trail for future women in Colorado.
But this season, cancer forced her to step away. And when Valor needed a leader, her longtime assistant didn't hesitate.
I'm a mental performance coach for colleges, and so I had a full-time job. And when I was asked to take this position, the AD said, well, maybe you can just come a couple days a week. And I said, no, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it with excellence, because that's the only way that Janie would have it.
7 weeks guided by a trinity of purpose. Play for God, for each other, and for Coach Janie.
Pushing every single person to be the best they can be all the time. She is like truly the best coach ever.
They didn't just play for her, they played like her, champions.
Oh, I say, go Valor, go Valor, go! Go Valor, go Valor, go! Go Valor, go Valor, go!
Getting to play for Janie for 3 years was truly so special, and ending it in this way, it's just, I could have never predicted it. I couldn't have never seen it coming. It's awesome. It's a fairy tale ending for sure.
Word has it, she was tough and coached through grit, but also through love and joy.
One time we came and we practiced on a snow day, and it was really early. We were like, what the heck are we doing? She was like, if it's a great practice, I'll go outside and I'll make a snow angel. And so right when our practice got over, she went outside and she laid down in the snow and made a snow angel. And we have a video of it, and it was just such a special moment.
And on Saturday night, they celebrated by honoring her legacy. Olympian, All-American, Arvada West legend, and Colorado High School Hall of Famer.
And I ran over to get her jersey because this was about her. So as soon as we celebrated, I went to my backpack to grab that because I wanted to demonstrate to everybody watching that we had done that for her and that she had just won her 4th state title in a row.
Then some of the team made one more stop, from the Coliseum to the hospital, to put the game ball in Janie's hands one last time. In honor of Janie, could you have written a better ending?
No, and that's why I sobbed, because I saw God's hand through the whole weekend. Just His grace and mercy on that team and His favor on Janie, that she could go out the way that she did with her hand on the game ball. That she passes 2 hours after she wins her 4th state title. You couldn't have written a more meaningful, powerful script for Janie, for these girls, for this school and this community. It was amazing to be a part of that.
Now, personally, Coach Janie was the very first coach I interviewed when I moved here to Colorado, and she welcomed me in with open arms. Every time I saw her, that was my girl. Now, her loss is truly felt around the country, and our prayers are with her children as Janie's husband preceded her in death by just a few months. Now, as always, we can't be everywhere, so if you're ever out at a game and see something you'd like featured on the Prep Rally, just send it over. I'm Ashley Moore, and we'll see you next time, right here on the 9 News Prep Rally.